Taking the time to manage your money better can really pay off. It can also help you stay on top of your bills and save some reasonable amount each year. You can also use these extra savings to pay off any debt you might have put yourself into. But just the normal savings and what the rudiments are won't always cut it if you don't plan. And especially within the period of the Xmas now going on to the new year and halfway into the period you've already spent extra, how do you manage your finances from now to the time you usher in the new year? So we're here to talk about putting your finances in check from now to entering the new year. And David Kofi Wako is a financial investment advisor. He's in the studio. Thanks for joining me, Kofi. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
All right. So, ideally, prior to the Yuletide, what should we have been doing to make sure that we put our finances in check? Because I, for one, I've already spent half of what I already have in my expenditure account, for example.
Do you really have an account for your expenditure?
Yeah, I have for some. It's where I usually do the withdrawals from. Yes. So when I overdraw it, then I know that I have to go to the reserve. Something like that.
That is your account.
Yeah.
It's just an account where everything runs into it. Okay. Good morning, and everybody. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.
Same to you too.
Sure. Like you rightly put the question or the concern, the issue about finance, it's something one need to plan for a lifetime. Unfortunately, we have found ourselves in a position or in an aspect of the world where everything we do, it's basically based on expenditure. So whatever small thing comes our way, just go for spending. But unfortunately, that is why we are in a kind of situations in which we are. That is why we are described as poor people. That's why we are described as whether third world, underdeveloped, or whatever you call it. We don't consciously plan for expenditure, for savings, for investment. Whatever comes our way is just like a drop in an ocean. So definitely, if you live your life like that, you really be in a serious mess at all times. If we are here today to learn about how to plan our life concerning spending or financially, it's important to look at it in the first place. Since I described the situation in which we are, it means for us to move from that place, there must be a decision point. There must be a time in your life you make sure or you decided that, no, the situation in which I am, I don't think is the best. So I want to move from that place to another situation or another position, which I describe as a change of mindset. You need to change your mindset about life, about finance, about the fact that you don't want to be poor. That is the beginning point of arranging your finances. Once you are able to do that, then you can now start looking at yourself by way of what are the sources of my revenue, what are the sources of my income, or what receivables do I have. You always need to get this in the real sense of it. Like you say, you have an account for expenditure. That is why I was trying to be sure if you are deliberately doing that. And if you can do it and do it well, that's a good.
Well, for the Christmas, I've overdrawn it.
So it implies that you have not really planned for it. You see, the problem, I don't want to jump the gun, but the problem I have with ourselves is, what is the essence of Christmas? Is it about buying new clothes? Is it about buying food? Is it about giving out something you have not planned for? Is it about going out with friends and spending anything you have, or even if you don't have, you spend it? Is that about Christmas? Christmas is just another day. I think the essence of Christmas is more spiritual than the way we look at it. Christmas is perceived to be Christ's birthday. You also have your own birthday. Your mother have a birthday, your father have a birthday. Can you assume if every birthday you have to overdrawn your expenditure account, how will your life be? So fine, Christmas is another day. If you want to spend, plan towards what you want to spend on Christmas and just spend that.
How do you do that planning? Do you start at the beginning of the year, middle of the year, the beginning of December?
You start from the beginning of the year. In fact, the planning as far as finance is concerned, if you want to really become a successful financial person, it must be a lifetime program. The major problem in Africa, as it's been said, is that we lack what is called planning. Somebody even said that a typical African cannot plan beyond 1 year his life, whatever he should do. If we must be fair to ourselves to a large extent, I may agree with that statement. We don't plan things, we do. So, right, we are entering January from next week. At least your salary for those who are regular workers, your salary for January is known to you by now. You need to know the kind of expenditure you must make based on what revenue you have or your income. And in this planning, you only don't plan to consume or spend whatever you have. You must plan to save an aspect. People have all kind of theories. Somebody say, pay your tithe 10%, save 20%, consume the rest 70%. Somebody say, oh, I can save 50% and consume 50%. It depends on individual. I always advise that investment should be a decision. It should be done with flexibility. Don't strain yourself. It needs a discipline, but don't strain yourself beyond what you can do. If you do it like that, you get tired and get frustrated along the line. Since your culture was not built, your life was not structured, your lifestyle was not built from that place. We all grew up in a family setup where the last money is spent on every day just for survival. So when you grow up from that environment, for you to change the status quo, there's a need for you to come to a point where after you made a decision, you must be prepared to make some sacrifices. So in your planning, you need to decide things that you must sacrifice in order to make some savings. So right from January, if you know Christmas is essential to you and you need to do some spending, you need to start saving towards Christmas in December 2017. You don't wait until your December salary, you get overdrawn for Christmas expenditure. If you plan your life like that, you will always be in trouble. You will always be
How do you take the first step?
Problem. The first step, like I said, is about the mindset, is the decision point. You at one time in your life have to decide that where I am, I don't like it. I want to move out from this position to become a worthy person. I need to become a typical Ghanaian. All of us, if I ask almost an average people, you tell me what your income, some say your take-home pay cannot even take you home. How do I save? That is a mindset. People who are making it in Ghana, they also start from this background. We all start from this background. But at a point in life, we need to decide that, no, I don't like this point. We need to take some risk. You need to take that hard decision that I must move out of this situation to the next level of beginning to develop a culture of savings. Because the culture we have, it's typically a culture of expenditure. So I've even said this thing has translated into accounting for our national things. The basic small economics I learned tells me that there are three ways of calculating the GDP or the output of a country. One way, you can do it through your revenues, you can do it through your expenditure, you can also do it through your expenditure plus your investments. Unfortunately, most of us, or most countries in Africa, we take the expenditure approach, which implies that whatever we produce in every year, we consume all. So whatever we consume, you just put the total together to get what we spend. And that is exactly a kind of lifestyle individual lives. If I ask you, if you sit down at the end of the year, if you can tabulate all your expenditure, you will be surprised how much you spend. I don't know whether you agree with me or not.
I agree. I do agree.
You will be surprised whether that money has come to you. When you compare it with your salary or what you earn, you realize it is far above what you earn. So you ask yourself, how did it come about? You ask yourself, how do I get this money? There are a lot of monies that come to us which could be channeled into investment, but we end up consuming them because of what? A lifestyle, a culture that we lived with over the years. So we need to make that decision that yes, I need to change my lifestyle. I need to make a provision. I need to predetermine my savings, which will eventually develop into investment. Then from investment, you should be heading towards what we call wealth creation. If we don't know all these steps, you will always live a life. Everything that comes your way, you spend it and continue spending, continue spending. People take loans from banks and spend them.
Maybe they spend it on a house, to build a house.
And is that the only example you can give?
Well, I think at least.
I know many of them don't spend it on house because
Maybe they buy a car.
you buy a car, fine. What income or revenue? Do you really need a car? Do you?
Maybe it's a lifestyle thing. Everybody,
Exactly.
all friends are having.
Exactly. That is what one needs to work on. Lifestyle must be arranged in such a way that at the long term, you are rather gaining than losing. If a young man, you just started work, you finish university, you got a job, and you start working, you need a car. The question is, must you buy a Mercedes? As a young starter, looking at your salary, fine, you can take a loan and buy Mercedes. Somebody will say it's a strong car, it's a good car, but I tell you, maintaining a Mercedes can drain everything your salary can provide. So one needs to plan a life, like I'm saying. Unfortunately, fine, in our system, there were things that the system is not well developed enough to support us in so many ways. So if you want to get to a better level, you really need to do a lot of sacrifice. A lot of sacrifice, my brother. If you agree with me, there is nothing in this world that comes free. Anybody you see doing well today, any family that is doing well today, started from somewhere, very poor level, and at a time, one person decided that, no, I don't want to see this family like this. Let me change the status quo. So he changed his mind. I need to do extra work. I need to work hard. And once he make that decision, it continued to say that, fine, once I am working hard, there are certain pattern of life I am not going to live. Like we are saying, Christmas. Must Christmas come with unnecessary expenditure? Must I, if you drink a bottle of beer a day, for Christmas, must you necessarily drink 3 or 4? If it is not necessary, why do you do it? Do you understand? Fortunately, Christmas today, it's not like the days when we were young, where chicken and rice, it's only ate on Christmas days. Today, chicken is a everyday food now. So why should it form an exaggerated portion of your Christmas budget? Why should you abnormally spend on Christmas?
You think that the lack of planning by families has resulted in some of these expenditures? Not necessarily, because also there are a lot of push factors or external factors that tend to compel people to spend.
Like what? Can you give me an example of the external or the push factor?
Well, let's say you or me or somebody else. Maybe you have relatives in your home community or the community in which you grew up, and sometimes they tend to give you pressure within the period, and so you also tend to succumb. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, as we are saying, once it's not part of your budget, why do you succumb to that pressure? Nobody will kill you for not cooking and inviting them on Christmas. It is good you can do it. Like I said, Christmas is a time of sharing, so plan for it. Let your spending be within the budget you made available for that Christmas. Don't go beyond it, depending on whatever push it may be. Because if you do that, you invite friends, everybody, and all the community. They came and ate on your budget, they left, and you are left in debt. Is that you want them to be happy so that you suffer? In life, you have to prioritize your interest in everything. Not to be greedy, not to be selfish, but you don't get yourself into situations that you can easily prevent or manage in a way that life will normally continue. Are you getting my point? Don't allow people to push you into things you cannot do. I always tell my family members that it is not every funeral I will attend, irrespective of the demand or the push on me. If it is not necessary, what are you going to do? That's a good time to think or to do something extra. So people every weekend, they must visit their hometown for funeral. And it comes with, there are little expenditures you don't value, but they are very valuable expenditures. One, your transportation home. Maybe like you say, you are a young person who buy a car. So you have to fill your tank, drive to your village. By the time you return, there are some parts that are gone bad. Tire have worn out, engine is worn out. You must go for servicing. So that week alone, you see that the expenditure you make on that car has gone up just because you've gone for a funeral and come back, which you can easily, maybe the money you use by driving there, just take a quarter of that, send to them to support the family for whatever they are doing. You don't need to be there. And that money you spend on that car could have gone into savings. And my brother, if I show you a simple analysis, if you can be saving at least 1 Ghana every day, I say 1 Ghana, 1 cedis that you may not value, you may just give it to your child. If you can save it every day in a year, how much will you be making? 365 Ghana cedis. That is 1 Ghana. Every year, don't even think about it. Will it put any pressure on you, my brother, if I ask 1 Ghana every day? I don't think it will put any abnormal pressure on you. But because you have not developed it like a lifestyle, you see it as if it's a difficult thing. You see it as if your salary is not good, so you can't do it. Many people can do five Ghana cedis every day, because if you consider unnecessary expenditures you make within a day, if you decide to put that 5 cedis, set it aside. By the end of the year, you multiply 365 by 5. See how much you are making every year after 10 years. Won't you have a substantial money to set aside or to put into an investment which you have kept without any stress? In other side of the world, people do this consciously. Their salary, there's a standing order on it. Before you pay me, send this into insurance, send this into this investment, send this into that investment. So by the time they worked for 15 years, they decided to leave their normal work and start some business. So everybody can do that. I always use my life as an example, maybe friends and other people who know me. I was working in a very lucrative institution, one of the top best institution anybody would like to work with. To be specific, the Central Bank. I worked for a number of years. And the kind of savings I have done over the years, sacrifices I have done over the years, there is a certain lifestyle. And like I was just sharing my life story with you. It came to a time I decided, no, where I found myself, I don't want to be like that. What I went through, I don't want my children to go through that. So I must change my life. So over the years, I've done enough savings. After working for 20 years, I decided to come out and do my own business. And started business, private life. I have never regretted I have taken that decision. And the opportunities out there, the whole world can see it. I employ no less than 50 people. I kept asking myself, if I have not taken this decision, these people, how would they be making their living? And I continue to encourage them. This is how we started. It is not like the family has left some wealth somewhere for you. No. You don't start investment.
You didn't have any nest egg anywhere.
No. Not from anywhere. Started from zero. So investment for all of us in Ghana must start from zero. Because I don't know how many people's parents or family have left any wealth for them. But you must make the decision and start from that one Ghana that you spend on this Christmas, which necessarily need not to be spent. A lot of young people in Accra, all they do is to work hard throughout the year. When it's Easter, go home, spend everything.
Go and blow it.
Blow it in quotation. Then you come back and start suffering, forgetting that your body is wearing out.
But the type of financial literacy education that we need, where should it start from? Because yeah. I know the media is one, etc. But before you come to the media, before you get up for you close at the end of the day, you may have gone to church, you would have, so where should the financial education be starting from?
In fact,
is it when you are young, and how should it be done?
Yes, it should start from home. Parents who can should start it from home, because like I mentioned, it's a cultural issue, it's a lifestyle issue. So if you don't train the child from that background, and he grew up before you are trying, the media is trying to turn it, it is so difficult to do. Unfortunately, even the finance, I have a lot of people who did finance, MBA in finance. When you ask them what is investment, they cannot even define what investment is. They don't even understand. Things we learn, we don't understand, so we don't know. So it's not an issue of just a formal education. It is a lifestyle and a cultural issue. So it must start from home. Parents must learn to start their children with savings, developing savings culture. My home, my wife is a good teacher on investment. All my children, wherever we even give you chop money, you must make a savings out of it. If I tell you how much my children have made out of their own savings, they don't work, but you'll be amazed. This is a culture we are building them with. So when they grow, even if the school system don't teach them, they grow up knowing something to live with. So their culture will always not be based on expenditure. My wife will never allow you to spend whatever money that was given to you just like that. You must save a portion and manage the rest. So it must start from home. I wish our basic educational curriculum should from now put something on basic education on investment, because that is the only thing that can turn us around. What policy as a country haven't we tried before? Mm-hmm. What interventions, social intervention, political interventions, IMF and whatever, haven't we done before? We continue to be poor. So it tells you that poverty can only be eradicated by change of mindset, by making a decision to change out of it. How many prayers haven't we done in churches? How many? I don't know. We have done beyond.
Where do you go to church?
I'm a Pentecostal. My church is the Lost Pentecostal Church.
Okay, that's all right. So you can join us, especially with the subject of expenditure during the Yuletide. But as you enter the new year, what also sort of financial resolutions do you give yourself? And I know many of us find ourselves in those difficulties. Share your story with us. Perhaps your relatives even think you had, and you didn't spend this Christmas, or perhaps you have already overspent. And just give us your own comment as to why you spent and what lessons also you tend to pick from this very conversation. So join us through the numbers 0568 800,000 is our WhatsApp platform number, but 030221169 or 2. It's also been shown on your screens. Please make sure you call us 03022 11691 or 2. Again, 03022111691 or 2. But if we have, let's say, a change in lifestyle, mm-hmm. and these days we're having a change in lifestyle.
Yeah.
Of course, the country has improved, so you get to see that we're progressing towards a certain level. Does that mean that the orientation also should change? Because people's earnings may have also increased a bit. And how do they keep their expectations low whilst they try to maintain what they are earning? Let's say somebody was working in a rural bank, doesn't earn like before, goes to a commercial bank, earns substantial. But the person will still tell you, my salary is still not enough.
Yeah. I believe even the first best paid person in this world, you see, God has, in his own wisdom, has put something in man that he always wants more. You are never satisfied with whatever achievement you have. And in management, it said that we put it this way, a mission or a target accomplished is no more a motivator or whatever. So that instinct is in man. You are never satisfied with what is available or what you have. Otherwise, the richest people will not still be working. The millionaires will still not be working. They still need more. They're still keeping it. And you see, when you get to a certain level of comfort in life, you never want to come down. You rather want to go higher and
appreciate.
Higher. Yes, appreciate. But it is at that point, you get to a certain level, really, you wish you even live very basic, ordinary life.
We have Abbas. Abbas from Bole. Abbas.
Hello, Roland.
Abbas, share your thoughts with us on financial education and management as we head into the new year.
Very good morning to you and your panelists.
Thank you very much, Abbas.
I'm really enjoying the show.
Thank you.
And the discussion that we are discussing is very, very, very good. As you know, I'm a very young guy of 20 years, but what the man is saying, it has really touched my heart. And I've also been doing the same. When I completed the teachers, I tried to do a small business. And as of now, if I tell you the kind of money I have saved due to someone who is still living, it will shock you. So what the man is saying, we need to educate our young people on this so that all of us will be able to get it right from the house and in the churches, in the mosques, our pastors and our imams, so that they will be teaching us. Maybe inshallah, our young ones will be learning it. And we will be getting a lot from it. It's a very nice idea. God really bless you on the mark.
Thank you very much, Abbas. And Abbas is calling us from Bole. And we have Papa Stowe from Ad also. Papa Stowe.
Yes. Yeah, good morning.
Papa Stowe, your thoughts?
Yeah. Thank you very much for this program this morning. In fact, I've learned a lot from this man.
You don't want to spend during the Christmas. That's your excuse.
Come again?
You don't want to spend during the Christmas.
In fact, I'm just asking myself that how much do I have left for this time to general ending when in fact, and you realize that if you don't take care, you end up borrowing, not even to enter into any, because you ask yourself, how much do you even have in your savings pocket? It's a wonderful program, and I would like you to continue.
But Papa Stowe, do you think that some of the expenditures that you as an individual has made this Christmas were worth it?
Some are not even necessary, you know.
Okay, like tell me some. Don't tell me you did this to somebody, but
you know that because of the occasion, friends will visit you. I mean, when you realize that what you have is not enough, so you have to do something, like you were saying. Because the occasion has come, you can't look at friends when they visit you. You have to enter your pocket and withdraw some money and make sure you also settle them. Which of course, what you have in your pocket or your pocket is not enough. So you ask yourself, how will I survive to a general ending?
And we're not even up to 31st yet.
That is are you saying that? Very good. Not up to 31st. Before 1st January to 31st January.
Papa Stowe, I wish you well. I wish you well. Papa Stowe is calling us from Adoso, and Adoso is just on there, just around here. So we also have William. William, you're calling us from Kumasi, is that it?
Actually.
Okay, William.
Yes, sir.
Share your thoughts. If you have questions, also you can ask.
No, mine is to first of all thank you and thank the guest.
Well, we have to thank our producers for the ideas that they give us.
Yes. I think he has made a lot of contributions, and I personally have faced a lot of such issues he's sharing. One on FINRA. Almost every week previously, I used to attend FINRA in my hometown. Unless there is no party or marriage that I may be associated, I have to attend. And Xmas too, as he mentioned. But this year, I called my wife, we sat down and asked her, has she realized that the out, in and out every week, almost every month, is costing us? Why don't we sit down and plan this thing? And it will shock you to know that we go together and look at the transportation and so forth. When we sat down, I tell you that this Xmas, we did not go anywhere. We decided to keep the money. And we were able to save about 5,000 Ghana just not moving.
Yes,
So,
I do, William.
It's a very interesting issue, and it must take very serious.
Okay. So it means that this Christmas you decide to play chisel. The money is in your pocket.
I decided not to go anywhere. I'll just call you. Hello, good morning. How are you?
William, that's not. You decide to play chisel. The money is in your pocket.
The
one
rough.
No, not that. I've been doing it over the years, but I realized that it is costing me. So I decided to avoid this time and see what will happen.
Well, we have to thank our financial analyst and management person in the studio as well. He's also an entrepreneur and investor, David Kofi Wako, for the help there. We have Ejekum from Yankwanta. Ejekum, a very good morning to you. The line seems to have dropped. Hello? Hello, Ejekum?
Yes, sir.
Ejekum, you're calling us from where?
Tertiary, around Yankwanta.
Ah, okay. All right. So, you have questions or you want to make a contribution?
Yeah, it's a contribution I want to make.
Please go ahead.
I've been enjoying the program.
Okay.
About 3 years ago, I went for a loan to do some business. When I realized it was a Christmas season, I spent half the loan with my friends and my colleagues. Then when I realized after the Christmas, I have to go and pay it back. But I stopped it. It has run on me up to date. I've not finished paying the loan. So it's very important to overspending on the Christmas is very well. It's not good. At least this year, for the 3 years that I've left, not going anywhere, I want to save something. I've been working very nicely during the Christmas. I'm saving a lot during the Christmas. So just enjoy. Yesterday, I went out and said, buy me. I just looked at the face, okay, he said, you. But he didn't know that I have a lot in me. When they will come back and say, okay, I feel them, I'm Kakashan way. It's the Christmas and why is you? But meanwhile, they were spending, drinking, and balling in town, everything. But they should manage. At least not say we don't have money, but the money is you have to manage. So I've enjoyed the program.
Thank you very much, Ejekum. That's great there. We have also from Nangpanduri, Paul Woyoyo.
Moyoyo.
Paul Moyoyo.
Yes.
Chale Moyoyo. What's up? Did you spend this Christmas? Or what kind of education have you gotten from our interview session with Mr. David Wako?
Oh, the Christmas, I spent it and I'm still spending it. But my spending has nothing to do with money. I am just spending it with my mouth. One shocking thing is just that I have learned to let people understand that I am not going to buy you anything, but I will continue promising you. And tomorrow, I will take you out. Tomorrow, I will take you out, and the tomorrow will never come. That is what I've just done.
Okay, so that's your style of, but what do you learn from the fact that he says we have to make a conscientious effort to make sure that not only you save, but also you increase your level of money on you to invest?
Take it again.
He says that we should make sure that we save enough to invest. What do you make of it?
Oh, yes. As for saving, it's very important for every sphere of human life. If you don't...
Hello, Kinsley. Kinsley. Hello, Kinsley. Well, Kinsley's line seemed to have dropped. But, Mr. Wako, sometimes there's excessive pressure. How do you stop the pressure? You feel that as a peer person, your contemporaries may put that pressure on you, and so how do you deal with it?
Chief, I asked you a question earlier. In life, do you want to, take it in a simple language. You want to please people for you to suffer, or you want your comfort and everybody decides to do what you want to do is with his or her life. You have a life to live. Unfortunately, many of us take life for granted. We are alive, or God has given us to this part of the world for a reason. We are not just here to pass life and go. You are here to solve specific problem. Unfortunately, this is what we have not been doing over the years. So our problem gets piled up, and today we are in a mess in which we found ourselves. So what is peer pressure? We create it by ourselves. I will tell you, don't allow anybody to put unnecessary pressure on you. If it is a pressure, it should force you, rather, like I'm telling you, to start savings. That kind of pressure is fine. You do it over a period of time and see how better your lives become. how better your life becomes. This education thing I'm talking about, let's rather learn and put it on our colleagues. If we are in a group, a small group, form small investment groups and start challenging yourself. How much are you able to save this month, over 6 months? How much are you making? And call people like us to advise you how to do this. And eventually, you will see that the whole nation will quickly be metamorphosing into a state of wealth creation. And all too soon, we will be better off than thinking government or some charity or somebody else will help us out of. In fact, young people of today are rather thinking somebody should take their pressure, somebody is responsible for their life or whatever.
You know, these days we live with the age of internet, so everything's easier. You just Google, so it's easier. We have Kofi from Sunyani. Kofi.
Hello.
Kofi, where in Sunyani are you calling from?
I'm calling from the capital. Brunga Afro regional capital, Sunyani exactly.
I said Bruno Bang.
Berlin.
Berlin.
Yeah.
Germany, Berlin.
Sunyani, Berlin.
All right. So tell us what's on your mind.
Thank you for putting me through. I want to make some contribution. You see, before the Christmas, on 24th of December, a friend of mine gave me 800 cedis to spend the Christmas. And somewhere along the line, I decided not to buy or spend with the money. I decided to just stay indoors and watch television and enjoy myself in the room. I'm telling you, Mr. Roland, as we are speaking, I've only spent 30 cities out of the month.
Oh.
And the whole 770 cities is lying here in my room. We some of the time live our life to please people. I don't know why when people's income starts to rise, they think they should be taller than how they used to be. Their height is supposed to also go up. But when your income rises, it doesn't change anything. You, in a state of mind, to go according to how your income has risen. You understand? You are earning 500 cedis a month. Now you are earning 1,000 cedis a month. So you think the food you used to eat when you had 500 cedis is no more befitting your salary now, and you have to improve to get pizza or any other thing, which, in fact, you don't need it. Now let's consider when people want to get married. You spend so much money, like 20,000, 15,000, just to go and buy a gown, wedding ring, and cook for people to come and you assemble people to come and eat and go. After wedding, you go and rent a room around 6,500. Before you start furnishing, look at the amount you spend in preparing into your marriage and the amount you spend to just be comfortable in your life. You please people to go into their homes to go and talk good about you. You come and lie on your bed and you cry. You understand? I have a lady friend, when you talk about these things to her, she will say, Uniska, you have focus on our camp. But to some extent, she's right, because we have lived our life to just to show people we are around. Whilst all the things, most of the things we do are not important at all. At all. We spend so much, when people get money, they tend to change their interior decoration, they tend to change their wardrobe, they tend to leave the shoes and slippers they were wearing, they're going for new ones, unnecessary things. So the program we are doing today should be repeated now and then. In fact, 2017, everyone we should show this program twice or 3 times within the week, so that people become conscious of what how they spend their money, what they use their money for. You see, I called a friend of mine in Accra when the man was saying he can contribute once in a day. He's owning a shop in Kumasi. So I told him that, do you know that if you deposit 30 cedis in your account as in saving for 365 days, you are earning about 10,955 cedis in a year? And the guy was like, wow. And you have not even thought of that. And anytime you want to get money to do something, you think of how you get the money, and you want to fish money from the investment money, and it goes. So you think about so many things.
Charlie, you're an investment analyst yourself. That's okay, and thank you very much. And we have Danny from Inyinem.
Sorry? Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Danny.
Yeah, I like the program very much. I like your program. Yeah, it's good. But I'm having a problem. as the man said, he church at Pentecost. I think this education should be sent there because this the Christmas season, this is the very season that the pastors and the church religious organizations are going to harvest from our package.
They are not harvesting, they are doing their work of God.
Is that so? It's too much. It's too much. You see, it's too much.
But you have to give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
Oh, but you see, they have some quotations in the Bible, in the scripture that they use to generate
Danny, they say don't spend during the Christmas. However you do it is between you and your God.
Okay, it's true.
Danny from Engineering. And that will be the last caller. And thank you very much for all those calling. But so finally, what word would you leave us with? Because it needs to be a constant reminder.
Exactly. Yes, like I kept saying, let's start it from home. Let's catch them young. Some of us, we are difficult to bend now, but you can still start. Investment can start from zero or at a point. Wherever you are, you can start something. You can start doing something. And for us as a company, like I said, my business, this is what we do. We really go to churches. In fact, we have not visited any mosque yet, but since I heard my brother, we will go to mosque. We will go to any identifiable groups to help them, educate them. And the churches we are doing these things, they are doing so well. People are happy. People have enough substantial savings for themselves. We don't force anybody. Whatever you can do, it is for yourself. We set a platform just to manage your funds for you. So if you really want to change your life, to become a worthy person, there are all kinds of wealth creation theories. Some of them are not correct. We teach you, we help you to understand the fundamentals, the cultural issues, the basic understanding of what savings is before you go to investment, before thinking about wealth creation. We will help you through all this process. My company is World Vision Financial Services, located at Tema Motorway Runabout.
I have to give you a
small bill. No problem, I'll pay you. So please, everybody, this Christmas should not, if you have not spent yet, keep your money. Put it in an investment.
Those of us who have overdrawn our expenditure accounts for January?
You have overdrawn. Unfortunately, you have overdrawn it.
I've overdrawn it. I'm even entering.
Okay,
where I don't have to.
So stop there. Don't go. Once you have overdrawn,
I haven't done the important ones. The important
things
usual,
you must do. Yes, that is unfortunate. So please change now. Right. Change your mind and start savings. It's important to start life with savings.
All right, thank you very much. And we've had in the studio helping us do discussions, David Kofi Uwako. He is a financial investment advisor, but also an entrepreneur. And thanks very much for passing through the studios. I'm sure our audiences to have enjoyed the discussions. You can also hear from the summary of calls that we got this morning that they got a lot of lessons from it. The idea is to make sure that midway through the Christmas and the New Year season, as you enter the new year, you keep your finances in check, but also you tend to have a medium to long-term vision towards the way you need to manage your finances. And I'm sure that on the program or on this very program, we'll do that throughout the course of the next year so that we're all in tune with what is better for managing our finances and what should be the needful as far as financial management is. We have to take a break. When we come back, we'll be looking at how we need to prep ourselves up for the Hamilton. It's a period by which, Charlie, we've had difficulty. So we'll be having in the studio Joseph Potofi. He's the officer in charge with the KIA Met office. That's the Ghana Meteorological Agency office at the Kotoka International Airport. And Joseph will be joining me very soon. We'll talk about the Hamilton, how it's going to go, and how you also need to keep yourself.